Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And for some reason, it's time to talk about the Harry Potter video game, the RPG Hogwarts Legacy. We're going to talk about it again because a trailer dropped a couple of days ago showing off gameplay.
Right.
And it was very, very well received. People seem genuinely pumped for this game.
When you see the comments and stuff, they're very excited about it.
Yes. Well, we can't have any legitimate excitement in the video game industry because here comes Debbie Downer.
Well, because it's JK Rowling, so we have to shit all over her, even though that game has nothing to really do with her.
Not really. I mean, I'm sure she has to sign off on it or whatever, but yeah, there's been a lot of drama around this Harry Potter RPG and you know, everything from one of the developers working on the game supposedly had some Gamergate adjacent sympathizing videos like 5 or 6 years ago.
I heard his cousin is a friend of a friend of a friend whose brother is a friend of their sister's nephew's dog, who's the pet of a person who is Comicsgate.
Yeah.
Cancel them quickly.
Yeah. So anyway, they harassed him. Troy Levitt. They harassed him until he left, and he was one of the lead developers on the game. They've been gunning for this game ever since it was announced because of JK Rowling and her turfy views. Turfy views.
That's what they're calling it, yeah.
And, you know, so now the gaming journos are out in force, reminding you that if you buy this game or like this game, you know, you really have to feel bad about it.
Right.
You know, they're not telling you how to feel, but they're also telling you how to feel.
Well, we have in this case, this person's a staff writer who's just done a couple of articles.
2 articles and 13 videos.
Right. And this thing is like a manifesto, paragraph after paragraph after paragraph, because apparently she's trans and she's mad about it. So since she's salty, it goes on. And this person's the editor. Yeah,
this is The Gamer. This is Stacey Henley, who I believe is the editor over at The Gamer, having to disclaim, you know, their opinion on the game because you have to do that. Now they've actually boycotted, I guess, Activision Blizzard titles for what they believe to be moral reasons. But we're going to see the gaming press come out and just attack this game because of the connection to JK Rowling.
Well, I mean, let's be honest here. There's a reason why the editor has a problem with it. And then they're speaking for the entire outlet. I mean, I hope people own it are okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. If you don't actually own the website,
if it's your own thing, you can say what you want. I mean, that's just, you can have your opinions all day long if it's your own thing. I mean, that's cool. Go ahead. But if you're working for somebody else and you're going to just say this is the stance of the entire magazine or blog, I hope they have the permission of the people behind it that they could do that.
Now, it's interesting. The trailer dropped. It's got almost 2 million views. It's got 75,000 upvotes.
Can't see the downvotes.
Yeah, you can't see the downvotes. We could. I'm not installing that stupid thing though. But yeah, most of the comments are pretty positive. People said this game looks really badass. And I'm going to be honest, judging by the attendance at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, normies don't care.
They probably don't even know about it.
A lot of people, they probably don't even know who the hell JK Rowling is.
This person's seen some shit.
Oh my God. I'm looking at JK Rowling's latest tweet right now.
Yeah, right there. That's it right there.
Oh my God. What did she say? Yeah, we're going to talk about this. This is like they're trying and failing to cancel JK on every level imaginable. I mean, she went on a bender last week and she was actually calling out YouTubers and comic book people.
Still?
Yes.
She needs to stop tweeting.
I mean, I'm like, look, she can say whatever she wants to, but I'm kind of like, hey, Joe, you're worth like cajillions of dollars. Why are you wasting your time on these people?
It would be me that I would just be like, I have all this money, I don't care. You know, whatever. I wouldn't be on there tweeting about it all the time. I'd just be like, I got more money than I need, and I'm laughing at you from on high.
Turfy sparkles, am I right?
No.
Anyway, we're going to talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 261,000 subs. Thank you so much for the support. We do talk about the video game industry. Sometimes we do have gaming videos over on Clownfish Studios. We do,
but they're more like fun and laugh out loud and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that channel's fun. This channel's not as fun. This situation is absolutely crazy. We do cover the JK Rowling situation, you know, here and there, but if you've been living under a rock, the long and short of it is JK Rowling has put out some tweets repeatedly over the last couple of years. That some
and a sect of Twitter wants her canceled for.
A portion of Twitter wants her canceled for it. They've made a huge stink about the situation to the point where she did not do the 20th anniversary Harry Potter movie special thing on HBO Max. Normally she would have. Well, I wouldn't have done it either. I'll tell you the truth, because all those kids whose careers she helped make threw her under the bus.
Right. For high fives on social media.
Yeah.
It's funny to me because it's like these people are losing their shit. We've seen articles where they talk about the moral dilemma of buying the game but loving Harry Potter so much, and how they shouldn't love Harry Potter because JK Rowling's a terrible person, and they're trying to justify what they're doing and how they shouldn't like it. And it just blows my mind because at the end of the day, she still created it. And she still actually has it set up that she's in charge of most of it. And if you don't like it, that's just too bad. I guess if you don't agree, walk away. Y'all want to keep appropriating it and claiming it and playing it, but you also want to dictate things, and it doesn't work that way.
Isn't it funny? Because I know for a number of years we had journalists telling fans of pop culture like us that you're a consumer of pop culture. It's not your franchise. It's not yours. You don't get to dictate the direction of it, and it's being a toxic fan by trying to dictate the direction of the franchise. And yet here we are. Both with with this and with other franchises, Tolkien, and we've got these journalists in Twitter trying to steer the direction of the franchise. If there was a way that these people could all get together and pry Harry Potter away from J.K. Rowling, they would do it. But her contract is like a freaking study in how it's done. Like, she has got the most ironclad publishing contract out there that she cannot be separated.
I can tell you it has led to other contracts. If you pitch books to publishing places, that they'll even have you agree that they get to keep the rights for theme parks.
Oh yeah.
Because of it. I mean, it set precedent for so many different things. But yeah, they're all out there screaming and whining about it. And my suggestion to you is, I guess, just don't buy it then. But we're not going to go through this whole article because it just goes on for paragraph after paragraph after paragraph about why it's bad and who said this. And even though you're providing this proof of studies, here's my proof of studies, and on and on and on and on and on and on.
Only her second article on this website, by the way. But we get all the way to the end, finally. You're not a bad person if you want to play Hogwarts Legacy.
Really? Because that's kind of the implication of this whole article.
Many trans people are planning to buy the game despite their justified anger.
Maybe some of them aren't mad at her.
Maybe some aren't. You're speaking for an entire group of people. I'm going to speak for all the straight white men in the world.
No, don't.
Yet, the important thing is not to condemn the game or renounce your love of Harry Potter. It's to wrestle with the complexity of it and decide for yourself.
Well, I would agree with you there.
Feel bad as you play it. You should feel bad. I hope you get blisters.
She says that, and then goes on and on. It's up to you to decide. And then here I'm going to guilt you and make you realize what a shitty person you are. And you can have no opinion on this at all unless you're a trans person.
It'd be a real shame if people found out that you bought and paid for Hogwarts Legacy, wouldn't it? It'd be a real shame if you gave money to JK Rowling.
Or I agree with it. It's your choice. You decide for yourself. That's what I always say. I mean, if you want to watch it, great. If you don't. I'm not going to judge you either way because that's your choice.
It'd be a real shame if Gaming Journos found out that you were working on this game and they found some uncomfortable truths in your past from like 12 years ago. It'd be a real shame if a bunch of gaming journalists decided they were going to
bully you.
Yeah, they were going to pour through your Twitter history and find an off-color joke from 2009.
It'd be a real shame if people did that to the same writers. Went and found stuff in their history that get them canceled. I'm sure you could if you wanted to. Trans people, you missed the other part. Trans people don't get to ignore the pain the franchise has become intrinsically linked to. Because JK Rowling said some stuff they didn't like. That doesn't make the franchise linked to it. Just because she created it doesn't mean that the franchise is linked to it. That's like anytime anybody who created anything says something you don't like, even if they have, whatever. And those who wish to care for them shouldn't get. So the people that trans people can't ignore the pain. And if you care about trans people at all, you shouldn't get to do it either. Many will ignore this article. Yeah, probably because it's a manifesto and no one's going to read it. Too long, didn't read. and others like it in order to turn a blind eye to the harm done or seek absolution for their choice in buying the game. Go ahead and buy it if you decide you want to, but just so you know, if you do, you're turning a blind eye, and you're seeking absolution for buying the game.
I'm thinking this is like Mr. Burns in The Simpsons. See my vest, made for me.
Yeah, well, all I'm thinking of, it's like, you know, when your mom or your wife is like, sure, go ahead. You know, are you sure? Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know that one at all. That's the what is she really saying game.
Well, that's what this is.
She says no, but she means yes. Oh, wait, that's a totally different game that could get you in legal trouble.
Yeah, that's not the game we play.
No.
But some will even and already have proudly proclaimed their forthcoming purchase in order to express their disdain for having to think about trans people at all. Most people are out there going, I'm buying it to piss you trans people off. I mean, I'm sure there's some people out there that are doing that. I'm not going to say there isn't, but that's what most people are doing.
Okay, so here's my take on it. It actually, if anything, the general public is not going to be aware of the drama going on with JK Rowling. This is something that gaming journos, pop culture journos are definitely obsessed with. Digital media is obsessed with. It's not making the local news every damn night. Most people don't care. Most people who watch the Harry Potter movies and go to the theme parks don't even know who the hell J.K. Rowling is.
Well, they don't even know about this whole thing in general. I mean, most people don't even know about it.
No, it's definitely only if you're following Twitter drama and politics.
But I just love this. You can decide for yourself.
But
and then so far we've learned if you buy it, it's because you're seeking you better not seek absolution done by buying the game. Some people are proudly saying it that they're showing their disdain by buying it, and then they're like, you don't get to defend Rowling or Harry Potter and not understand what it actually means to be a trans person or the ramifications it has for all of us, not just trans people.
Well, now there are lots of opinions about Hogwarts Legacy. So they're saying, again, I believe the editor of thegamer.com is trans, saying that they're not going to stop covering Hogwarts Legacy. Like Activision, they basically just shut them off. Not that it's going to really freaking matter. I mean, they've done enough damage to their own brand. They don't need.
I think everybody can get behind that one.
Yeah. But they said when it comes to Hogwarts Legacy, we feel coverage with a voice serves more purpose than no coverage at all.
Basically, you're in coverage with our opinion.
Yep, not speaking about Hogwarts Legacy makes for an absence of coverage.
It means the absence of money?
Yes, and the discussion around the game will be populated by those who want to uncritically hype it up rather than those who want to discuss it in a meaningful way. So basically, just so you know, every time we bring this game up,
we're gonna SJW the hell of it.
We're gonna make sure that we let you know that J.K. Rowling is an awful person, and you should feel bad for buying this game. But we're only doing this for your own good, just so you understand.
We need to cover it because it's our job to cover it. Basically, we're told we have to make money off it. We have to actually put articles out there. We know we're gonna get our ass handed to us if we don't cover something like this. But we're gonna cover it. But we're gonna cover it with our own opinion in mind.
Yeah. Compared to Screen Rant, which is just like, hey, look, the trailer shows off some magic in some of the abilities. And remember, guys, J.K. Rowling did not work on this game directly, as far as I know. She's
going to make a lot of money off of it.
Yeah, she will. She makes money off it. Oh, my God. Yeah, I remember that. They were like just a year or two ago. It was about a year ago. They were like, well, I grew up with Harry Potter, but I don't want to support J.K. Rowling, so I'm going to buy a used copy. I'm like, well, somebody had to buy it first.
Right, you're still purchasing the game and playing it.
Oh my God, what if they have in-app purchases? What are you going to do?
Like,
she gets a nickel or a shilling.
If you legitimately are that offended, you just don't buy it at all.
That's what, okay. If this, and this is true of anything, any pop culture at all. If you think the people who work on the franchise are garbage people and you don't want to give them your money, you don't have to give them your money.
Right.
You just don't buy the product. But trying to tell other people that they shouldn't buy it either. That's
and using guilt, like, well, by doing so, you can make your choice. But just so you know, you're a terrible, shitty person if you make that choice.
Yeah.
That's basically what that other article was.
Yeah, it's basically, J.K. Rowling's bad. Hogwarts Legacy is bad. And if you support it in any way, you should feel bad. But, I'm not telling you what to do.
But just so you know, you're an awful, terrible person. You should know that.
Yeah, every time
you don't have to have an opinion on it unless you're trans.
Right. Every time you boot up this game, a trans person literally just drops dead because of you. But if you can live with that, And if you can live with that, you probably buy NFTs too, and you don't care if the rainforest burns.
Mm-hmm. They don't say that, but
because you're an awful person. Meanwhile, it doesn't seem like it's going to affect the game at all. It's doing very well.
If it bothers you, don't buy it.
Don't buy it. I mean, it's not hard, but don't tell other people what they can and can't do.
I mean,
either,
do I think JK Rowling's right in everything she says? Hell no. Do I think she should stop tweeting? Yes. Woman needs to stop tweeting. She's doing more damage to a lot of people, and herself included, by opening her mouth all the time. But she has the right to do so. I mean, she has the right.
She has infinite money. She doesn't give a shit.
I don't know why she's so embroiled in all this crap. She could walk away tomorrow and no one cares. I mean, she already has the money.
Yeah, I think it's just that she doesn't...
Don't forget about me? I don't...
Well, I think it's... I think she's shocked that Twitter turned on her as fast as they did.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
You know, I mean, the fact we live in a world where freaking JK Rowling is considered an alt-right Yahtzee.
I know, right?
I mean, JK Rowling of all people. I mean, come on. That's how ridiculous everything has gotten. And the thing is because of this backlash with the situation with Rowling and some other celebrities that were, Bill Maher is another one, Sarah Silverman. These are left-wingers. And they're considered, I mean, Sarah Silverman, they're like, oh my God, she's an alt-right Yahtzee. It's like, she's Jewish. She's Jewish, right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. This is where we're at. This is how ridiculous things have gotten. And again, I'm not telling you how to feel or what to, I don't even know if I give a shit about this game, but the drama around the game, is just absolutely insane. And that people are losing their jobs. They aren't even Rowling. They're firing anybody they can fire off of this thing.
That isn't the person they think should be on it.
Trying to derail it just because of her. It's like, well, so then you get a situation like the new Fantastic Beasts movies, the Dumbledore movie. Well, they got rid of Johnny Depp, but they're still making the movie and JK Rowling still gets paid. What are you going to do?
Yeah, right.
Because you got your win with them getting rid of Johnny Depp. Did you dogpile Mads Mikkelsen and tell him he's a Yahtzee for, working, or an anti-trans person for working on this movie? So you got your win there, but you also lost because you're still making it.
It's funny how they pick and choose.
Yeah. And I think basically at the end of the day, people are disappointed that J.K. Rowling has opinions different than what they wish.
Buy it if you want. Don't buy it if you don't. I mean, if you're a game journo, it's absolute bullshit that, especially if these people work for you and they aren't the literal voice of the entire magazine because it doesn't belong to them.
Yeah.
You might want to have some words because, they might be chasing off customers.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I understand that you're upset. I'm not saying you don't have a reason to be upset. I'm not saying your feelings aren't valid. I'm sure their feelings are valid. I don't think that it's doing manifestos, trying to talk down to everybody else is the way to go about it.
So I guarantee you the next thing is going to be people who stream this game are going to be harassed. People who buy it, review it, give it a good review are going to be harassed. You're not going to be able to talk positively about, even if it's the best damn game ever made, you're not going to be able to talk positively about this game without somebody reminding you that you're an awful person because you bought it, you supported it, you're telling other people to buy it. I am waiting for streamers to get hit really hard. Like we're gonna flag your stream and say that you're promoting anti-trans hate because you're playing this JK Rowling game.
A game that's based on her characters, but I'm sure she gets paid for it, but she didn't personally work on it.
Yeah, so this is far from over, and I think that this is only the talk is starting up again because the trailer was so well
that's exactly
received.
What's going on. So the closer it gets, the worse it's going to get.
Just wait till it drops. Oh my god. All right, we're gonna wrap this one up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.